Well, the City Open House, from my perspective, is a wonderful opportunity for the community to meet the people that work in the city, people that they don't normally see, either at the finance office, Department of Public Works, behind the closed doors. And they're great people, so it's a wonderful opportunity to meet people face to face, but in a very relaxed atmosphere. It's very casual. You're not knocking on someone's office door. And everyone's in a good mood. There's refreshments and entertainment, and I just think it's a great opportunity to get to know the people that work for the city.
I think part of what the library tries to do is educate and inform people, and this is a perfect way to do it because they can come during the course of the 3-hour open house and get some of their questions answered, get to put names with faces, maybe talk to their commissioners. And so it's an extension of what we do. I think it's just nice to bring the community together. And I think so many people don't even really understand how large the city is and all of the services. And they also don't really always understand who does what. And so I think that helps people get a little bit of understanding.
Well, it's an informal gathering of the city committees, and this gives people, the residents of the city and outside the city, a chance to see what's offered by the city, a chance to meet, the different groups that they would normally not have a chance to meet. To actually see them and talk to them and meet the people who actually perform the duties, it's well worth it just to see that. You get a better understanding of what's going on in the city.
It's definitely meeting the people, meeting the commissioners, meeting the partners, which is new this year. We added all the people that receive promotional funding, we invited them to participate. So large organizations that do large events like Blues Fest, Hiawatha, and these people work with the city to develop and put on quality events that really make it a special place to live here. So they're here too, adding a really wonderful component.
It really tells you the amount of work that goes on to make a really cool community. Just looking at all the organizations that are out there with the city and the organizations that partner with the city, and I think that's why we have a very cool community. I was actually very surprised at how many people came through tonight, and the opportunity it gives us to talk to people who may not know who we are, the Iron Ore Heritage Trail. So I think it's great that we were able to expose ourselves to people that may not be trail users and may not have known about us, but and now they do, and they know about some of the projects we're working on.
One of the nice things about hosting it at the city is because hosting the City Open House here at the library is because we see children from 0 and we see adults up to 101. And so rather than if we held it at the City Hall or the Senior Center, I think we're getting a bigger cross-section of people. And in fact, one of the mothers who comes into the library quite often said she just loves the fact that we're having this at the library because it's so easy for her to get here because they're here anyway, and her daughter just loves this open house. She said every year they make it a plan, they write it on the calendar to make sure that they get here. And she said she was so thrilled about all of the children that were here because she thinks that that's important for them to know what's going on in the community and how many different pieces there are to what makes our community great.
I mean, even the city finance department, they have coloring books that have different activities that show how your tax dollars are spent and what happens to the money when you pay your taxes. So great learning opportunities for children.
Well, I think the other thing that's nice about having children is this gives them some ideas about careers. Children always say they want to be a firefighter or a policeman. They don't think about being a city engineer or a librarian or maybe somebody who deals with human resources or one of these nonprofits. It gives them an opportunity to think about places that they might want to be involved or volunteer or actually make a career as they grow up.
I think it'd be great to get bigger, move upstairs, even make it more of a to-do. Tonight I saw a city manager from a neighboring city that came down to check it out. So I think it might start attracting people outside of Marquette as well to see what's Marquette all about.
Absolutely. We would be here. And I'd hope that other cities would take your cue and do the same thing.
So